Banking was a big business in the Old West. And after the saloon, of course, a bank was usually one of the first things built when a new town started up. Especially in those new cow towns that sprang up at the end of the cattle trails. When one of those big herds was delivered, a lot of money changed hands. Some made a career of working in quite a few different banks in different parts of the country. And in most of these cases, the law took an interest in the little game and generally wound up winning with a full house. Me, I never indulged in banking. Matter of fact, what money I usually have isn't enough to be of interest to a banker. And I sure don't want to get mixed up on the wrong side of the law. That happened to me once, through no fault of my own, and since I got out of prison, I've made a full-time career of staying away from places where there's any sort of trouble. My name's Destry. That little stay I had in Texas State Prison sort of calmed me down and gave me a different slant on life. But I just can't quite get over the fact that I was framed by a fellow named Charlie Bent. And maybe if I keep showing his picture to enough people, someday somebody will recognize him and tell me where he is. That picture was taken by one of my closest friends, a fellow by the name of Jim Logan. Jim and I grew up together, and he was a man I could really depend on. Like that time at Fort Stockton, when Jim came to my rescue. I was having a personal problem at the time, and Jim hadn't come along when he did. That problem showed signs of getting worse. It was one of those personal things you only discuss with a real friend. Well, what it was, I wasn't eating regular, and Jim Logan gave me a job.
Look at the lights and shadows. Isn't it beautiful?
Nothing's beautiful at this hour of the morning. Jim, I haven't even heard a rooster yet.
It's almost exactly the way I want it.
I thought you told me once you had to have perfect light to take pictures.
Oh, in a little while, the light will be just fine, Destry, my friend. The sun will come round, and when the first rosy rays touch the subject, it's a new technique I'm trying.
How about figuring out a new technique for getting this stuff off my back? Listen, I appreciate the job, and I don't deny I need it. You don't want a man, you want a pack horse.
Perfect composition. Just look at it. We'll set the camera up right over here.
Why anybody wants a picture of a bank's beyond me.
Oh, the president of the bank wants it. He's paying $3.50 for this picture. That's a lot of money. And you, Destry, my friend, get 50 cents of it.
Jim, in all the years I've known you, I have never denied you had a heart as big as all outdoors.
Oh, another 15 minutes and the light will be just perfect.
Well, since there's nothing more I can do around here until you load me up again, I think I'll go get myself a cup of coffee, if I can find a place that's open somewhere.
There's a place a couple of blocks back. When you get back here, I'll have everything all set. Just as soon
as the rosy rays of the sun come over yonder building.
You see, Destry? You're learning already.
Morning.
Morning. Saloon ain't open yet.
Oh, I was looking for a cup of coffee.
Did I hear you right?
Well, it's a little early for me to talk plain, but what I said is I was looking for a cup of coffee.
Well, now, that's different. I'm a temperance man myself. Sounds so good to hear somebody want just a plain cup of coffee. Come on in. Happens I got a pot sitting right on the stool. Come on. Hey. Well, here we are. So you're a coffee man, huh?
Yeah?
Well, I know what it is when a man ain't had his morning coffee. That's okay.
Somebody get the sheriff.
Jim.
Destry, where will you ride tomorrow? What will your legend say? Will it recall a man on the run, or a place in the sun, or a drifter who passed this way? He was wild as the West, and yet they say a fight was not his game. He'd rather gamble and laugh and love when trouble came this way. He rode that away. Destry was his name. Destry.
You were in for embezzlement. That wasn't too bad, but if you shoot me, you'll hang.
Wouldn't be worth it. Hatch, I thought you'd still be herding prisoners.
No, I quit my job right after you got out. And my appointment as U.S. Marshal came through.
Congratulations on the promotion. Nice and friendly of you to drop by. So long.
This Jim Logan, the photographer that was shot and killed, is he a friend of yours?
I don't deny it.
Well, it wouldn't do you any good because I've already checked it out.
I'd sort of expect that of you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
Whatever you know.
You got all day? I know quite a bit. I say that modestly, of course.
Yeah, I know, Destry. Look, I've checked every person in this town about that bank robbery. It was absolutely the most perfect of timing jobs. There wasn't a soul on that street. Not one person saw that bank robbery.
Except Jimmy Logan.
That's right. That's why he's dead. What are you going to do with that stuff?
Jimmy left a wife and kids. Figure maybe they can sell this stuff, get some money. Anyway, they got to know what happened. I guess I'm elected to ride over to Cold Springs and tell them.
Destry, wouldn't you like to know who pulled that bank robbery and who killed Jim Logan?
Sure, I'd like to know. So?
An ex-convict can sometimes come by information that'll be hard for a lawman to find. Also, I figure that you know people that I don't know. Oh, if you do find out anything, will you let me know?
I'll think about it. Where will I find you?
Just turn around and look. Because I'll be right behind you.
My visit with Jim Logan's wife and kids wasn't very pleasant. Jim had lots of big plans and lots of big ideas. He kept putting money into them, but he didn't take any out. That family needed help, and they needed it bad, and I wasn't in any position to give it to them. The man who robbed that bank sure ought to be. The more I thought about it, the more I figured the ends ought to justify the means, even if the means were just a little bit shady.
You look lonesome, Destry.
Maybe that's because I've been sitting here alone for so long.
I talked to 6 or 8 of the boys. I told them just what you said.
Anybody know anything?
A couple of them thought so. A new gang. I'd never heard of them. A man called Mulder.
Mulder. Easy name to remember. How hard to find?
Not very. A town called Rio Verde, just south of here, right along the border.
Thanks, Blue.
Anytime, Destry.
I had a name, Mulder, a town, Rio Verde, and a shadow, Hatch. Hatch, who knew where I was heading. Maybe Mulder was the man who killed Jim Logan, maybe not. The only person who knew for sure was Mulder. And I had a nasty little scheme in mind which just might force him to tell me. It wasn't exactly blackmail, but it was going to smell a lot like blackmail. You speak English?
Milk is English, no, senor. In Spanish, it is leche.
I reckon you speak English all right.
With almost no accent.
And maybe you can tell me where I can find a man I'm looking for.
I know everybody in Rio Verde. Who is the man?
His name's Mulder.
Senor Mulder.
It is no business of yours.
He does not seem like the others.
If he seeks us, Senor Mulder, then he must be like the others.
Perhaps not. Perhaps he does not even know what kind of man Senor Mulder is.
Still, it is no business of yours.
You always say that. Nothing is no business of mine. I have no thoughts of my own. Even when we speak of marriage, you say you will decide.
Maya, when we are married, I will be the head of the family, and I will make the decisions.
Then why don't you decide something? How much longer must we wait?
Until my business is better. Do you think that I want you to sell milk after we are married?
Jose, do you think I would care? I'm in love with you.
Then you will wait for me.
Why will I wait for you? You think there is no one else to ask me to marry him?
No, I don't think so.
Animal! What a thing to say to a woman! I never marry you!
Maya, wait, Maya.
Oh, I'm sorry, senorita.
Oh, no, it is all my fault. Senor, when I first see you, I think you're a very nice man.
Well, thank you. I try to be.
Then I think perhaps I better warn you. Go back to where you come from.
Why?
Senor Mulder is a bad man.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Men who come to Rio Verde to see Senor Mulder are also bad men.
I'm not. Honest.
But that is what I think. You have a nice face.
You got a pretty good face yourself.
Senor, the good men, El Senor Mulder kills.
Well, then, I'll try not to be too good.
Okay, sir. Would you like a room?
A little information first.
If I can be of help. You happen to have a fellow named Mulder registered here?
Yes. Mr. Mulder lives here.
Like to see him.
Do you have an appointment?
Not exactly.
Oh, Mr. Mulder doesn't see anyone without an appointment.
See that Mr. Mulder gets this?
Just what do you think you're up to?
Just making a friendly call.
What's the trouble?
This one pulled a trick on the clerk. Says he wants to see Mulder. Why don't you let him come in and see me? Don't just stand there. Come on in.
Good to see somebody without a gun around here.
I'm Mulder. What is it you want?
I don't think you know me.
To stop and think about that, I know I don't know you.
Well, my name's Destry. I'm a friend of Jim Logan.
I don't know any Jim Logan, neither.
Well, Jim was a photographer up around Fort Stockton. Took pictures. With a camera. Banks, things like that.
Look, Mr. Destry, why don't you just speak plain?
That's exactly what I had in mind.
No. They stay. You just go on talking.
Well, this photographer, Jim Logan, this fellow you didn't know, you see, he was killed up in Fort Stockton during a bank holdup.
Shouldn't have been robbing the bank.
Oh, he wasn't. Not at all. Old Jim, he was taking a picture of the bank from across the street. Yeah, the bank was held up while he was taking the picture.
That's an interesting story. Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Destry?
Well, thank you. I'd like that. Well, you see, Mr. Mulder, old Jim Logan was experimenting with a new way of taking pictures. In the early morning, right after the sun comes up. Worked, too. Picture Jim got of that bank and the outlaws coming out of it was the sharpest, clearest thing you ever hoped to see.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, I don't like to tell this to everybody, but I did a couple of years in Texas State Prison.
Oh? And I take it you've heard that from time to time I help ex-convicts in my small way.
That's right. Why, 6 or 8 of the boys were telling me just that. And you have no idea how I could use some help.
Well, Mr. Destry, $10 or $15 will see you on your way.
No. What I had in mind was something more in the neighborhood of, say, $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
I got a lot of pictures.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Then I guess we don't have a deal.
Destry? You're bluffing.
Maybe. But as the man says in the card game, it'll cost you money to see. Anyway, I figure on being around town for a couple of days, in case you should want to talk to me. Excuse me, gentlemen.
heard what he said.
Yeah, we heard it.
And didn't I tell you should have smashed that camera after I killed that photographer? I want you to keep an eye on him. And I want to know every move he makes.
Surprised to see me?
Nope. I knew you were following me here.
Destry, you and I have got a lot to talk about, and you know it.
For instance?
For instance, how about supper? You interested?
You paying?
I'll go that far. Come on. Ready to start talking?
Not on an empty stomach. Lawman business must be mighty slow.
Well, I was afraid that you might be planning to shoot somebody that I'd rather see stay alive.
Anybody in particular?
Mulder.
You got me wrong. I want to see that boy stay healthy.
Oh?
What I can't figure out is why a lawman would want to see a fellow like that stay alive.
Well, it could be that he and his gunslingers were the ones that held up the bank at Fort Stockton.
You don't know for sure.
Nope, I can't prove a thing. But I've learned from hard experience that you can't get a confession out of a dead man. I don't want a cowpoke with a personal grudge going around spoiling my chances.
You figure I'm a man who carries a grudge?
Every lawman west of the Mississippi knows that you're carrying a personal grudge. You're still looking for Charlie Bent, aren't you?
Yeah. Ever seen a picture of him?
No. No, I haven't seen this, nor the man.
You ever do, will you let me know?
No, I won't.
I didn't figure you would.
Look, Destry, let's stop talking around it. You know there's no local law here. I'm on my own. Will you help me get something on Mulder?
Nope.
No, you can't, or no, you won't.
A little bit of both.
If I catch you suppressing evidence, I'll see that you're right back in Texas State Prison.
Well, now, I wouldn't like that. But I haven't got anything on Mulder.
What's your business with him?
Just that. My business.
Destry, if I've pushed you too hard, I'm sorry. Sit down. You haven't eaten yet.
I lost my appetite. Sorry about your supper, boys, but if you're dogging me, it'll have to wait. Well, now that makes two of us. Say, were you waiting out here for me?
Si, senor.
Well, why didn't you wait in the lobby?
Me? In the hotel?
Why not?
Many reasons.
For instance?
For instance, no shoes.
I tell you what. One of these days, I'll buy you a pair of shoes, and we'll have supper in the hotel.
Si, mañana.
Sure. Might even be tomorrow.
Si, mañana. Where are we going?
Is it about time you went back to that farm where you live?
Si, but you, senor?
I'll be all right. I'll find a place to bunk.
You don't sleep at the hotel?
No money.
Without money, you're going to buy me shoes and supper?
Sure. Mañana.
I know a place for you to sleep. He has no place to sleep tonight.
When are you going to learn to mind your own business?
Jose, it's not like you to turn away a man who has no place to sleep. Surely you will welcome him.
If you wish it.
He is very happy for you to sleep here. His name is Jose.
Gracias, Jose. My name is Destry.
Por nada, señor.
It's very good for sleeping.
I'm sure it'll be.
Maya, I will walk you home.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. You know, for a lawman, you're not very good at sneaking up.
I wanted you to hear me.
Why?
I want to see if you come up with a gun.
Why?
You know, Destry, putting two and two together is part of my business. I reckon you know by now that two of Mulder's gunmen have been dogging you. Yet you sit there with empty hands so you don't figure to get yourself gunned down, right?
That's true, so far.
You're doing business with Mulder. Yet you haven't got the price of a bed or a meal, so you're not working for him, right?
That's 2 and 2. What do you get?
4. What it adds up to is that you're trying to sell him something.
You know, Hatch, you're pretty good at arithmetic.
What I'm wondering is if what you're trying to sell Mulder is evidence. Now, if it is, why don't you do business with me?
What are you offering?
Clear conscience?
I already got one of those. Good night, Hatch.
I tell you, he's not bluffing. He's got a picture. We saw him showing it to that Hatch fella.
Show it to anybody else?
He didn't meet anybody but the Mexican kids and Hatch.
Well, that don't tell us enough. Not yet. How do we know there's just the one picture? Suppose Destry went and had copies made.
Then it sure wouldn't do us any good just to get the one.
No, it wouldn't. Give that man the $10,000, he'd be back next week with a picture just like it, and the week after that with another one.
Why don't you just let us kill him?
All right. You get that picture first, then you kill him.
How about the other one, Hatch?
No, leave him alone for now. If there are any other pictures, he'll come and try to make a deal, then you take care of him. Get going, will you? How do you make an apple sound like the Battle of Gettysburg?
It's not like breakfast you're used to, senor.
It's fine, just fine.
I know two of Senor Mulder's men are following you. Why, senor?
Maybe they think I've got something Mulder wants.
And he will get what he wants, senor.
Not unless I give it to him.
And after you give it to him, senor, then what happened?
Then, you get a new pair of shoes and supper at the hotel.
You go now to see Senor Mulder again?
I got a lot of things to do. Now, you tend to your business here. And don't you follow me. Understand?
I understand.
Don't let her follow me.
Vaya! He said not...
Don't let her follow.
There's no call for the gun, Destry.
Then don't come jumping out at me.
I've been waiting for you. Mulder wants to see you. Says he's been thinking over what you said.
Well, that's fine. Tell you what, you walk in front of me. Show me the way. That way I won't get lost.
Don't make any difference to me.
Destry! The meeting place has changed. In here.
You better listen to him, Destry. He's got a gun right on your back.
Well, I always say, never buck the odds. Well, one place is as good as another to meet in. Get out.
You're badly wounded. I must help you.
Get away. They'll be looking for me. Don't want to get you in trouble.
They will not find you, senor. I will hide you.
No place to hide. Go away.
They will not look where I put you.
I can't walk. I can't walk. Go on.
I'm
Go
strong.
on.
I will help you.
Take off your hat.
Good morning, Mr. Mulder. I thought you might like to know that two of your would-be killers are down at the livery stable. Dead.
I don't know who you are or what you're talking about.
Yes, well, I intend to change that real soon.
Beat it. Spoiling my breakfast.
Oh, I'm glad to see that you're in such a bad mood, mister. That tells me you didn't get what you want.
Destry got away. Find him. Fast. And I want him taken care of. I don't care where or how you do it. And I want that photograph. Yarrow.
Buenos dias, senor. I looked for the man who slept here last night. Do you know where he is?
I do not know. He went away this morning.
Oh. The girl that delivers the milk, where's she?
¿Quién sabe? Selling... She has nothing to do with him.
You think they're together?
I do not know, senor.
Look, senor, I mean him no harm. The girl neither. I'm his friend. Senor, you do believe me?
I believe you, senor.
Where does she live?
On a farm across the river.
Don't worry. It's best that I be the first to find them.
Has something happened?
No, nothing that I know of. But you will tell me if you see him.
Si, senor.
Gracias. I'll be back.
He needs a doctor.
No, they will find him there. No, not here. They know last night.
A man has already been here. A friend of his.
I do not trust anyone. We must hide him.
There's no way, Maya.
I know a way. Listen to me.
What is that?
I think it is what Senor Mulder is after.
Where did you find it?
I did not find it. I took it from Senor Destry when I was fixing...
Maya, that is stealing.
No, I am helping. I think if Senor Mulder gets this, he'll kill Senor Destry. He is asking for you. But you must go there and help her.
What are you going to do?
Go, Jose.
The American who slept in your stall last night. Where is he?
No speak English.
Once more, where's the man who slept in here last night?
No understand.
Well, maybe you'll understand this.
You think he's holding out?
Nah, not after the beating you gave him. Let's go.
We tricked them. Maya and I, we hide you.
Yeah.
You are all right, senor?
I'm fine. Just fine. Where's Maya?
She went to take the envelope to Senor Mulder.
Envelope? What envelope?
The one in your pocket. The one that Senor Mulder wants.
You sure?
Si, senor.
There's a Mexican girl downstairs, Mr. Mulder. Says she wants to see you. Has an envelope for you.
Tell her to come up.
Yes, sir.
Well, come on in, senorita. I understand you've got something in an envelope for me. What is it?
If I tell you, you let Senor Destry go safe from Rio Verde,
Now, if that envelope contains what I'm after, certainly.
you tell your men to leave Senor Destry alone. And when I see him leave Rio Verde, I'll give you the envelope.
Listen, little missy, I'm not in the habit of making deals with anybody. Now, where's the envelope?
I don't give it to you until I see Senor Destry ride away from Rio Verde.
That's nice work, boys. They both of them know where that picture is, and I don't care which one tells me. Make it easy on yourself, Hatch.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't. All right, Zach. Yarrow, here's something that you're good at. See what you get out of her.
All right, don't try anything. All right, Hatch, get their guns. Go ahead and do that. Or is that out of your line, bully boy?
I'm certainly glad to see you, Destry.
Well, I was passing by, and I just thought I'd drop in.
I know when I'm whipped. Give me the picture. I'll pay you the $10,000.
What picture's that, Destry?
Well, you know Hatch. Picture Jimmy Logan took. That bank holdup up in Fort Stockton showed Mulder and his boys coming out.
Oh. Come on, Destry. You tried something? It worked. I'll pay the money. I'll take your word for it. There's no copy of that photograph. Now, I can't be more fair than that. Well, give it to me.
It's up to you, Meyer. Give the man the picture, you get $10,000. Give it to him, you get nothing.
Boy, that's a mighty fine likeness. Would you like to see it, Mr. Mulder?
Picture of just one man.
That's right. Man named Charlie Bent.
You never did have a photograph of that robbery, did you?
But I have enough confession from you to get a start on. I also got 2 witnesses to your confession. Come on, you two.
Well, there goes your pair of shoes.
I think they hurt my feet anyway.
You know, I sort of hate to say goodbye to my,
Why, you think it might break her heart?
I didn't mean that.
Oh, sure. You let her follow you around till she gets sweet on you, and now you want to walk out on her.
Cut that out, will you, Hatch? Hey, you don't suppose, maybe she has got some wrong ideas, do you?
Well, if she did, I'm sure you'll be able to soften the blow.
Buenos dias, Senor Destry. Hi, Jose.
Ah, Senor Destry. I am so happy to see you are feeling better.
Yeah.
He came to tell you goodbye, miss.
Then you're not going to stay for the wedding fiesta tonight?
Oh, no, I can't. I've got to be moving along. Wedding?
Maya and I, always we have waited. But this morning, I decided we have waited long enough. And for this, I am grateful to you, Señor Destry. Muchas gracias y buena suerte.
Vaya con Dios.
Well, adios and good luck to y'all.
Goodbye.
Well, all things considered, I'd say she took it pretty well, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. You know, Destry, your tactics in this whole thing were downright unethical. You were engaging in blackmail, and that is a felony.
Well, I don't see how you can say that. The only thing I had to blackmail Mulder with was his own guilty conscience. Kept wondering, though, what would have happened if he'd offered me $10,000 for a picture I didn't have. But you didn't have anything on him anyway, so I figured that was the only way I could flush him out so you could grab him.
Well, you might have told me.
You've been a lawman too long. Yeah. You wouldn't have approved. It's a shame, though. Jim Logan's widow and his kids sure could have used that money.
Oh, is that what you were going to do with it?
That's what I had in mind.
Well, you can still see to it that she gets the reward.
Reward?
Well, there's $5,000 reward out on those boys. Since Jim Logan is really responsible for their capture.
Yeah, that's right. Why, if Jim hadn't taken that photograph of Mulder and his men coming out of that bank. But I'm afraid a judge and jury'd want to see that picture.
Yes, I suppose they would. You know, it's a shame we had to go and lose it in that fight. But with your testimony and mine...
Oh, but wait a minute.
Huh?
I have to go back to Fort Stockton?
Well, you need a job, don't you? And I need help herding these prisoners. It pays $1 a day.
I have to go back to Fort Stockton.
Destry, where will you ride tomorrow? What will your legend say? Will it recall a man on the run, or a place in the sun for a drifter who passed this way?